Everyone, and welcome to another episode of Aurogiri on our nearly decade-long journey of playing Onigiri on console. And we have a mini, big, huge update that dropped last night. I'm also aware that there's currently a bug with one of the new features, to which many will say, big surprise. Cybercep's aware of it. They're going to try and fix it. It's something to do with item sorting, some new mechanic they did, which honestly they should have just given us a second storage and let us deal with it ourselves. That would have been a lot better. I'm a big advocate for that. Put a second storage in my room, a big treasure box. People can pay like $30 for it, whatever. You get an extra like 1,000 storage spaces, and they're just independent from your regular game. And it doesn't like conflict with your regular inventory, so your game runs smoother. That would just be fantastic. But, we're getting this other thing instead. I'm putting that out there in case that idea materializes itself into the future. Okay, so based on this, we have a bunch of update information. So here we have, they added this My Room minigame update, which involves that little character there, which is the assist character personification Ahriman summoning of Mephistopheles. There's actually been some data mining showing that, well, not really data mining, so to speak, but in the files of the game, we've seen the pictures of assist characters artwork, and this is Mephistopheles. I think there's like 10 or 12 of them that are going to come. And I think they're all in some exchange shop or the Pointer Room or something. And you can see the artwork for all of these manifested bosses and enemies that are going to be hopefully brought forward as assist characters in the future. And that's Mephistopheles. And these characters were shown, for the most part, like at least half of them were shown in the Onigiri anime if you watched that. And at the end scene, they show like Satan and Lucifer and Mephistopheles and Osame and a whole like arrangement of them. So now those are finally coming to light within the game itself. So that's being added. And there's a new mini game being added, which is, I believe, involving taking these characters on dates or something. I'm not too familiar with it. So Yogg is still here. If you haven't been playing, Yogg is here. And you can get knowledge mags, thunder, dark, wind, masteries, cielos, other side weapons, other side skins, collapsing blade cards, blaze sanction, lance of flames cards, all that good stuff. That exchange shop is god tier. It's amazing. It's fantastic. If you use event mag, they change it so it's not just cielos. You can use masteries, knowledges, and you can do like 20 million, 30 million damage in Yogg, and you can do runs very, very quickly in a good team. It's very good and a lucrative farm. So, cool. So that's been added. That has been here for a while. Also, Toshi and Inochu are around. So, this is a mini big update, as we said. Yeah, well, all the mags need their own CLO. Absolutely, they absolutely do. And good to see you. And thank you again. You sent me a message last night asking about Gakuho's exchange shop, and you were asking if Yogg's going away or if it's just this exchange shop. It was just the exchange shop, and basically that reminded me to log in and buy the baby mag with my remaining treasures. Also, they have turned all of our Purg treasures into junk. Last time they didn't, so they brought the exchange shop back. So that's good. A win is a win. Okay. So the Gakuho exchange shop is gone. I believe the next Purg is Ausame, unless they want to change anything. I was really counting my fingers here, really happy that they did not add another Purg right now, like, because we're already stretched so thin with the event for energy. And I was like, please don't Osame be here, because that's just gonna like consume my life for like a week. I'm like, I don't want that right now. Like, that's how I feel about them these days. I don't see the guy here, so I don't imagine Osame's here yet. I didn't see any notes about it. I tried to look it up. So there's no new perg right now. So what makes this update huge is it's a new month, by the way, in game, so make sure you guys continue doing your weekly logins and your monthlies and all that stuff. So make sure you guys don't miss out on that. I have been talking to some people that have told me, like, man, I forgot about this. I didn't get my box. I didn't get my thing. I didn't get, like... So make sure you guys log in every day. That's literally the ultimate thing you can do in Onigiri, is log in every day. You're going to get 10 OC from logging in, and then you do your challenges. You get another 10 OC, 20 OC a day. That's like, in a month, it's like a shit ton of restores. I don't remember the math. It was either 16 restores or... Well, it's way more than 16 restores, actually. It's a lot. It's like 600 OC worth of restores, like 60 restores, if you just save the OC. So, that's there too. Yep. So, logging in, very important. And at the end, you do get your monthly box, which has a chance of giving you a Vanguard mount or assist scrap, 300 OC, or 10 gacha tickets. I and many others got 10 gacha tickets last month, and it was, let's just say I logged in and I quickly logged off. Hello. Is that Madara Uchiha? Oh, that's Mufasa. Never mind. I thought it was Madara. I was like, that's a good effort name. So, the biggest thing about this update is they've added the ornamentation. Like, I believe in the Nyankoropan we have a new Blaze mag. I think it's here. If it's not here yet, then it's coming soon. It is a good name. I just thought it was Madara. Is this it? Spring Breeze? Is it not here yet? It's not here yet. Is it a JP update or something? I could have swore we had these mags now. If they're not here now, then this is... I'm coming to you from the future. And I'm going to tell you that the androids are coming in 3 years. And you need to train or else... And you need to take this medicine or else you're all going to die. Anyway, so... Okay, good. I'm an update ahead because I've been watching JP stuff or hearing about JP stuff. Okay, good. So we have time to prepare. Okay, cool. So... in, I believe, 1 or 2 weeks, they're going to add new Blaze mags to the game. I don't see them in the Nyankoropan right now. Good. We still have time. Next week. Okay. So next week, they're going to add these new Blaze mags to the game. Now, these Blaze mags, as you all know, I don't give 2 rat shits about Blaze mags. I don't think they're worth it. I think their investment is superficial. Oh boy, you can do an extra 250k when you land damage cap. That doesn't amount to much. You'd have to be like using Honda lasers capping constantly to even make an amalgam of a difference. And anyway, what's important is the ornamentation that's going to come from these Blaze mags, materials that come with them. You get them, you break them down, basically. This ornamentation is, you know, it's really, really good, and it's setting a dangerous precedent of power creep in ornamentations, which, like, it's good to, when a game releases new ornamentations, new ways to change how things are ornamented, how builds are done to make certain builds viable, certain builds not viable. That's always good. But this one is literally a power creep in the sense of this ornamentation will shit on 90% of every other ornamentation. It's not multipliers. It's not that kind of power creep where they introduce a new mechanic. That is good. That's a good implementation to introduce a new mechanic. Okay, I can't handle your constant medis. I can't. Okay, so as you guys know, right now there are some really, really good pay to win, like not pay to win, but they take a while to get ornamentations. And let me just pick something here that is not favorited that I can look at. Okay, that doesn't exist. Summon Mag, no. Can't sort by recent. I should have a knowledge or something I got that I can look at. Okay, cool. So Wind Spear, Magatama, let's go with that. Cool. So they did add new ornamentations recently that take these balls from the Point Daruma. Most of us save up Point Daruma points to get this stuff. Like we're looking at all this stuff here, like Trap Tactics, Heroes Wander. Heroes Wander, one of the best ones because it has a chance of giving you cooldown. This is a good implement. This is an example of a good additional ornamentation that didn't exist before. This is why we use Heroes Wander 1 on a lot of our mags, which don't have cooldown. Like I did this to my Dullahan mag, and the Dullahan mag is very, very powerful. It's a 135 mag, but it doesn't have cooldown. So I ornamented it, rinse and repeat a lot of times, and made a cooldown mag, like gave cooldown to the Dullahan mag and made it really, really, really viable. Like that's a good example of an ornamentation. Like it gives you a new ability that wasn't present before. So after that, we have, like before, the long-standing ornamentation that was like, wow, this is so good when it was added was Inevitable Last Stand, because it would give you 2 out of 2 options every time. It just takes 1 Golden Fleuret, 1 Efflorescent Bud, and you would ornament it and you would get 300 attack and 500 attack. Or you'd get anywhere from 300 to 500 attack, and you'd get 5 to 15% skill force. This was the first one they added, and I made a Senryu mag with triple this, and it basically became a 21 chakra, 120 skill force, and like 1,000 extra attack mag. And it served me for. I still use it now, but I've been like, this mag got so good that I swore by it for ever since its inception, for years now. I've been using it. And then they add other ornamentations that aren't that good. Yeah, this one's going to have, like, all these ornamentations have the rank 3, 2, and 1, which is and they're all 2 chakra for the base one. So 2 chakra for the 1 version, and it'll take 1 of each ball and you ornament. The level 2 version takes like 5 of each, I think. And then it gives you like a better ornamentation, but at more I think it's 5 chakra. I don't know how many balls it takes actually. I never use them, to be honest. I never consider the middle ones ever. Like I'd have to be swimming in the drops. They take 3 of each. Am I reading that correctly? 3? It's red, so I can't really see it. 3. Okay. So they take 3 of each ball, and then the last one takes 10 of each ball? Is that right? Or am I wrong? These ones are different. They're not like 1s and 2s. I don't dabble in them much, so please forgive me for not knowing how much chakra they take to use. Okay, Returning Heaven's Forge. That's a good one right there. So they do take 5, I was right. So it's 2, 5, and 10. And Heaven's Forge is amazing of an ornamentation. Fantastic ornamentation. So let's go back down to the 2s. So now we know the chakra distribution for it and the materials distribution. So Returning Heaven's Forge was one that I was super, super, super hyped. If you remember when we got Mikami last, I was raving about this ornamentation, and then Cyberstep forgot to give it to us for months upon months. But anyway, this ornamentation was the first ornamentation that they implemented that introduced attack percent as an ornamentation value. So that's huge. Like Redux mags have like 10% attack on them if you're over half or over 60% or over 50% of your HP. You gain 10% attack, and that's huge. And then the ability to roll to get anywhere from, like, if you get like 3 to 5%, that's godly of attack. In a game where we have like 80,000 attack, 5%, 3% is phenomenally huge. Like, basically, if you had like a Lychee with triple returning Heaven's Forge and you got 5, 15% extra attack is like wearing a 3rd accessory. And on accessories that don't have attack percent, we don't even touch them. It's that attack percent that makes them what they are. So that ornamentation was huge. They added Returning Heaven's Forge, and that was fantastic. This thing had a chance of giving you 2 to 4 options, HP percent, attack percent, and then weapon durability more resistant, and paralysis immunity. But basically, you just wanted to hit either attack percent and whatever else. You can get all 4 of them, but you wanted to make sure that one of the 4 was attack percent, 3 or more. So then they added surrounding water. Surrounding water was the next ornamentation that featured attack percent. Now this took the untarnished ore and unblemished feather. This is an attack percent ornamentation that adds anywhere from 1 to 5% attack, 10 to 20% skill force, and 1 to 5 attack speed, and then immolation immunity 3 times. So that's immunity to getting burned, basically, which isn't that impressive. Like, you don't get burned for much unless you're fighting like Tentoki, the big blue guy with the golden club. That guy, because his big fireball would burn you for, like, I think it's either 500 or 1,000 a second. Also, a side note, surrounding water would technically, I haven't tested this myself, but on paper, if you were someone who has level 150 Miyamoto but doesn't have shopping, technically, if you had a roll of immolation immunity, shopping wouldn't burn you because you would be immune to the immolation from it. Or no, sorry, not shopping would burn you, but Scroll of Heart would not burn you because you have immolation immunity, and Scroll of Heart is like either 1,000 a second or 1,500 a second, or, you know, not a second, but every interval of burn, and it's very, very painful. But if you had like this ornamented onto it, you could technically use 150 Miyamoto's Scroll of Heart, which is very, very old school in this day, and not take burn damage, which is just a fun fact and a little tech that you could do. So at the time, surrounding water is the best ornamentation for attack percent because it is 1 to 5% attack and skill force, which lets you do like, it's basically this is like the Kaioken times 20 version of Everlasting or an Inevitable Last Stand, because you're getting like a huge attack percent buff and you're getting skill force at a minimum of 10 to 20, where the other one is like 5 to 9 or 9 to 15 or whatever. Does damage over time eat stamina? I don't think there's no interaction between stamina and a status. The only time that ever comes into effect is that there are some bosses that just have effects that do stuff to you. Like, sometimes you get hit by attacks that give you movement speed down. Like, Hades will do that to you. He'll hit you with a big wave, and that will wash away your movement speed. Gakuho, like, all the Dragon Arcs have the ability to, when they hit you with their wave attacks, you get a stamina cut. That's one of their abilities. Like, Abyss can hit you and stop you. Like, a lot of bosses have unique status effects, but to answer your question, I don't think there is a status that is preventable, that is one of the regular statuses in the game that will affect your stamina coming back. I don't think that's a thing. I think it's just something that you encounter when you're fighting Dragon Arcs, and we fight a lot of Dragon Arc perks, so that's probably why it's on your mind. I don't think there's any immunity to that, but I don't think it does that at all. So now getting into this next ornamentation. So the next ornamentation that's coming is going to come from new Blaze Mags. I don't know what the element on the Blaze Mags is. I don't know what element it is. I don't know what they do. Frankly, I don't care. But the ornamentation that's going to come from these new ones is going to eclipse surrounding water. Yeah, Intimidate, exactly. Yeah. So would you put these on knowledges? That's a great question. So, in my opinion, I would not do it on a knowledge, because a knowledge is... No, I actually get this question a lot when I'm in chat with some people. Like, I've been joining different chats lately, and I'll get this question. So, in my opinion, when it comes to these really, really, really good ornamentations, but also use premium materials to create or to, to do, and they don't always go out right. You have to try and recycle them. You have to remove the ornamentation, retry. You don't always get your drops back. I would not put them, like, I would try to put them on your universal mags. So things you're always going to use. Like a knowledge in the beginning, like when knowledges first came out, they were the original universal mag. Like if you're a player that only has one type of knowledge or someone that only uses knowledges, like yes, that's your skill force for your entire kit, for every weapon, for whatever you're doing. That's great. But the problem with knowledge is, let's say example dark knowledge, is that you're pretty much in today's day and age when we have basically every element knowledge printed at this point. We have dark knowledges, wind knowledges, thunder knowledges, fire knowledges, holy knowledges, ice knowledges, mountain knowledges, holy knowledges. I probably said that twice, but basically every element's been covered. We've seen every single version of a knowledge with a different element. In this day and age, if you just stacked all this stuff on, let's say, dark knowledges, well, that's only going to be useful for when we need dark damage. Like in today's meta or today's boss interactions, we pretty much have to build element to get through stuff. You can't just run 3 knowledges on like KG and expect to be done that dungeon in a respectable time because you wanna be doing it better. Basically, what I'm saying is you want to put it on your good universal mags, and your universal mags are generally either, if you're someone who has reduxes is super good for this. Like if you have a redux and you give it like attack percent, redux already has attack percent. You get a redux with 20% attack on it, that's ungodly. So that's really, 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 really good. So, and it also matters how much you want to wail for these ornamentations or not. And then at the same time, if you wail for this ornamentation, who's to say they won't make a better ornamentation, right? So that's one of those. That's literally the Apple paradox, the Apple conundrum of like where Apple constantly releases a product that is always like a bit better than the last one and just replaces the other one, and then they'll put in those updates to make your old one obsolete, and it's like, you know, it's that power creep mentality where it's just like what you had before is just like it's not as good, so you have to buy a whole new one. You got to buy a whole new one to do the exact same thing but just a little bit better. It's kind of like that mentality, which makes sense because you know, it's a game that needs to make money. We understand that. They have to do what they got to do. We play it, we enjoy it. It is what it is. We've had this toxic relationship for years now. So, what is this ornamentation? I'm glad you asked. So, it's pretty nutty. Very, very, very nutty. That's the phone. It can't be an Aurogiri stream without the phone ringing, so I'll be right back. Okay, so that was the same phone call that was not for me yesterday. Anyway, so I'm back. So, dramatic pause is over. The suspenders is over. You guys want to know what's on this ornamentation. So let me pull that up. That was sent to me in a DM, as the kids call it these days. And let me find it. Can you search, like, Discord for... Okay, I see it here. Alright, so this is on PC already. This ornamentation, the options are 5 out of 5, even for the 2 chakra variant, which is amazing. The options are as follows. It does give you 500 magical and physical defense for whatever that matters. You get 5 out of 5 options. There's no And if or buts, you're hitting all of these stats. The only variance is how much you get of it. Attack percent 1 to 5%. Attack 1 to 5%. Dexterity 1 to 5. Critical 1 to 5. And then you will get 2 of the following will be applied. And I believe it's 2 elements at 10. Any of the 2 elements. I don't know if poison is included or not. But it's 5 things. You're literally getting the whole Triforce of damage minus crit force off this one ornamentation. You're getting attack percent. You're getting critical. You're getting dexterity. You're getting 2 elements. So it's not the whole Triforce of damage. So there's no skill force and there's no crit force. Which is okay. Because if you have enough attack, it doesn't matter. Because attack is the only armor piercing stat in this game. So the more attack you have just means the more damage you do overall. Right, it is crazy. So I believe this ornamentation is out on PC so far. Or as of now. It's really, 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 really good. So, trying to see. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so it does factor in flight and poison. They're on the list too. That's the elements you could get. So the final form of this ornamentation is called Human-Headed Lion. So it's like a chimera or something, but that's its name. Human-Headed Lion Ginseng. This is the final form that takes 11 Purity Mag, so something like a Purgatory Mag or a Mod Mag. Not that I would really recommend doing the big one. But and I really wouldn't actually. But it's 8 chakra. It takes 10 of the big drops of each, and its rolls are, I think it's 5 out of 5 confirmed, and it's going to give you a chance to get 5 to 10% attack, dexterity 10 to 15, critical 5 to 10, and then 2 of the following elements. And they all come at plus 30. So fire, ice, wind, holy, thunder, rain, mountain, dark, poison, and flight. So realistically, the only 2 elements that would be a flop would be like flight or poison if you're someone who does not have Cursect Sprint or a Cursect weapon. If you do, that's like, oh, finally, something to use that on. That's really, really cool. Would I re-roll to get 30 poison? No, I wouldn't. I would not. Because even on the base mag, you get like 10. It's nice, but it's not something you would re-roll for. You would, in my opinion, you would re-roll for attack percent. Because you're going to get crit on it anyway. And you're going to get dex on it. So you might, in a perfect world, you might gain an extra crit from the dex. And you're getting extra affinity for twin and bow because there's dex on it. So you'll get like, you could get like potentially 6 crit from it if your stats are done right. And you could get, you know, anywhere from like 3 to 5% attack, and you're laughing. Like, this ornamentation's going to be like the best damn thing. Now, is it mean you put this on every mag? No. Not always. Because it does not give you HP percent or SP percent. So, in that case, like, this would be... Oh no, they're all good. Like, because you can... Now here's the thing. So if you put this on a Senryu or a Lychee, this is your universal mag, and it's only 2 chakra, the Lychee's removal cost is normal. You can use the normal ornamentation removal items to, you know, rinse and repeat these things over and over and over. And Reduxes are also normal ornamentation, so that means, or normal difficulty, so that means you can remove them, rinse and repeat. That's why Lychees always look so nice and clean, because people are just rinse and repeating faded on them. People are just rinse and repeating these good ornamentations for very, very cheap cost. You don't want to use the big ornamentation things that take 300 million Ryu every time you re-roll the ornamentation. That gets a little pricey and a little dicey, so we don't want to do that. So what I would recommend doing this on is like this is a good chance, like, and this is going to be the most whalish sentence I'm going to say, and it's going to be like, this would be really, really good on a 4th Redux. So, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, it would be super good if you had a Redux just for attack percent, because that can be used in Oni modes. In Oni modes, HP percent, SP percent do not matter because you have fixed stats. So if you were making a build just for Oni mode, if you had a Redux with ornamentations just for this, where yes, the crit doesn't really matter, but the element's helpful, the attack percent's good, there's no reason you wouldn't want to use both because you're getting crit and attack. So if you had made an extra Redux just for this ornamentation, let's say you just had one Redux, and a Redux design just to have anywhere from 3 to 4 attack percent on 2 slots, and you had a Redux with attack percent, crit, and then like 10 more fire, 10 more ice, 10 more wind, and like whatever else, like if that were to come into being, like 10 dark or whatever, it doesn't really matter, but if you doubled up on the elements that hit on Redux, because you have 3 chances, ice, wind, and fire, to hit those 3 elements, there's a good chance you might, you know, get a jackpot, add extra element on them, and then, you know, get attack percent, critical, and dexterity. It'd be very, very, very nutty. And that's still going to put you at the 55 chakra curve. So if you had one Redux like that, and then another 2 with, you know, your fadeds to give you your HP percent, your SP percent, I don't think Medi has a cap. Like, it's a good question. It does sound fun. I've seen really, really, really high Medis. Like some people can go into a dungeon and have their Satan give them the 60% attack bonus and wear like full attack percent gear, and you just wear your best staff accessory, like let's say Leviathans that give you 20% attack and 40% staff affinity, and you have 100 mind, and you walked out of the dungeon, like you go into a dungeon, you're wearing all this gear, so you're basically wearing like 3 Reduxes, all with like the attack percent ornamentation, like attack, 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 and then you have like a 4th mag with just attack, 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 and it's a lychee, so you get extra staff affinity. And then because skill force doesn't matter at all, it's all about attack percent, so you wouldn't even need a lychee. You just have like burai, 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 all with attack percent ornamentations. You go into a dungeon with Satan. Satan gives you the attack percent buff. You leave dungeon, and you medi, and you're using a weapon that gives you like a shit ton of attack, like a Leviathan weapon. Your medi would be pretty chonky. I could probably imagine it being like over 130 if that was done to that extent, which would just be a flex build, and you'd be using so many premium resources to do it. Because how medi is calculated is your medi count goes up 1 point for every 1,000 attack you have. So let's say, for example, you're using your staff and you have 50,000 attack. So your medi has, based on the level of medi you have, whether it's medi, you know, meditation 4, 5, or 6, it's going to come out at a base value. I don't know what the base value is, because like you could assume base is like the minimum amount of mind needed to cast. So if you didn't have the mind check, I've seen medis come out for like 13 or 11. There's Invig 6 and then there's Meditation 6. They both exist. So we're talking Meditation here. Or Invig, it doesn't really matter, one or the other. But it goes every 1,000 attack you have. So there's a base value. So let's say, for example, at 50k attack, your meditation, your invigorate or your medi comes out at like 40. Let's just say, these aren't actual numbers. It comes out at 40. And then you find a way to raise your attack by 1,000. Then your meditation goes to 41. That's pretty much how it goes. So if that was what happened at 50,000, if you had 100,000, you would have an 80 medi, assuming these numbers were correct. But that's basically the math and the formula. So if at 50,000 attack with a staff, your medi is 40, at 100,000 attack, your medi would be 80, very close to 80. Because you have to factor in the base value plus that. So it's probably closer to 70 something. If those numbers were right, I don't know what base medi is. But that's how it works. Every 1,000 points of attack, your medi goes up. It doesn't have any bearing on skill force. It doesn't have any bearing on element. It's just pure attack value. So that's how you get a super, super huge Medi. Anyway, so it's very, very good. So, this ornamentation's bonkers. I think it's worth saving up your Daruma points for it. Absolutely. So, what's the best mags to put it on? A Lychee, a Senryu, and Redux. Those would be the best 3 things to touch. So what if you're in a case of, well, Oro, I don't have Redux, I wasn't there for the event, I don't want to buy one off somebody for like 2,500 OC or whatever. You know, you don't want to play that game. That's fine. In that case, that I would recommend putting it on your, like, the other mags. Like, so a good contender would be potentially horse mags, because they do feature 2 elements. Like, just things I would consider if it wasn't for that. Like, basically mags that have 2 elements on them, those are very, very, very good contenders. Yes, so you can get it with Daruma points, like, monthly. So every month you're able to buy 2 of each of the balls. And you can either spend money to do that or save up Daruma points to do it. But every month you're able to buy them from the point Daruma. That's how that goes. So now, while yes, you could put them on Tempest, but your chakra would be too high. So Purg mags are considerable as well. So, like, a Redux would be a prime contender because it was here universal skill force to everything, 3 elements, attack percent, cooldown, critical, like, everything's there. It's very good. So this is a Purgatory. I haven't even ornamented this yet. This is my Gakaho Purg mag. So, or Summit. Is that Summit? What is that? Summit is Wind and Mountain. Okay. So that's a big Purg mag. They have 50 chakra. You can make them go to 56 chakra with 3 of the 6 Ornas. These things already give you 150 universal skill force, and then if your element is over 200, like, you could, but you'd have to min-max the hell out of these. Like, now, given if you had a big Purg mag, or even just the Hell mag, you know, that's a big investment. You'd have to re-roll the ornamentations until they came out damn near perfect, because you want to hit those element thresholds. This is actually a really good question, because these do give you like 4,000 extra attack if your element's over 230. Would these ornamentations be enough to, if you landed to roll, you know exactly what's going on, Jesse, but if you managed to roll, like, let's say Wind and Mountain on a Gakaho mag, you'd get an extra 30 element. Like, if you did the big 8, which would be worthless, because you'd use too much chakra, I will not give you a Redux. I appreciate the courage and that it took to ask that, but that is a no. Like, if you had one of these mags that had a shit ton of element on it, and you managed to roll extra element and attack and all that other stuff, that'd be really cool. Because normally I just put triple faded on it. I just went for triple crit, HP, and extra stats. Cool. As long as I saw crit, I was fine. I saw 886, good enough for me. That's fine. Because my view on these mags was full faded on Dragon Arc mags, where like 2 of them, then you have like a Chiami with like 30 of each element that enables you to push back over your limits, and then you'd have like a 4th mag with just triple cooldown. When you get a job, fuck, man. If I didn't have a job, I'd have time to get those Reduxes made. But yes, sure. If you want to commission one, I could probably work at it. Yeah. But that's like, that would probably be the, like, I'm trying to think the breakdown to make a Redux is there's a lot of time that goes into it. You have to do it on reward up day. You have to fight your Gargs. You have to fight your, it's just them Gargs, man. Oh my God. Anyway, but on average, like just the breakdown for you. So to make a Redux on average, it's about 330 OC, so 33 restores for each Gargoyle's hard mode. So it's about let's say 700 OC to get your hard drops. And then, hey Daniel, how you doing? So it'd be 700 OC to get your hard drops, and then your hell drops are like, I want to say 500 each. So it's at least a 1600 endeavor of restores. And then after that, assuming you get all your drops, like if Sleep Purg came around, you farm the shit out of that, or Infernal Purg, you farm the shit out of that to get those drops. So that's like, to me, the base price, like the lowest, assuming you have good luck, to get a Redux made would be at least 1500 OC worth of restores, basically. So that's the project. Like that's basically what you're looking at, is every Redux, assuming you have good luck, is about $150 mag. Right. So that's at least my understanding how it goes. Like if Purg's around, then you're getting like 3 Marrows a run, you're getting a shit ton of stuff. Like it's super, super easy. But if they're not, then it's like that's how it goes. Where is the event girl Yukari? You can't seem to find her. Yukari. I'll try and figure it out. But yeah, like that's basically, I just wanted to explain like what the process of making a Redux is like. And you literally have to sit there for like a couple hours. But I mean, that's why it's people sell them for like 200 and 2000 OC, 2500 OC. Like that's why they're priced as they are. And because they're limited, not everyone has a Redux. It's not, oh, they put the wrong name? Hey Haruka, how you doing? So that's how that goes. So again, these new ornamentations, I would recommend them on a Redux, I'd recommend them on a Lychee, I would recommend them on a Senryu. So that's what I would recommend. I think they're really, really good. So the next part is, so it's any mob, it's not just warding mobs. Cool. So we just go to islands, and we'll do that in a minute, or in a bit. So here is the next thing. So the girl you want to talk to would be someone somewhere. I don't know who. You got it all in like 20 minutes on Banjiro? Nice. So here's the next thing. So we need a lot of Daruma points to get these ornamentations, right? And this was mentioned in the chat earlier. So right now, like literally right now, we have Yogg. Yogg has a drop called the I'm not even gonna make the joke that we trade in eggs. Okay, Nirvana Nattou. Okay, Nirvana Nattou. You get like 500 of these a run if you have enough stuff at least. So now you could go do Banjiro Island if you want to get this done really, really quick. Banjiro, Wananashi, whatever. But at the same time, you should just be farming your Yogg. Just take this time and farm your Yogg hells. Whether it's with the assist character dungeons or you're doing it PT, whatever. Nirvana Nattou trades in for 10 Daruma points apiece. You get like 500 of this stuff in like a 5-minute or longer run on average of Yogg. Like, I can go hit triangle on this. I can't even convert all this. I have 3,000. It's 35,000 Daruma points. Like, hello. Like, it's wild. So, like, you need to farm up, like, a shit ton of Nirvana Nattou, teeth, whatever. Those are for eggs. We're not going to talk about those. No, you can only get 450 teeth a day. That's it. Like, it's just you get 1 egg a day. Well, Fortress is one thing, but the Purgatorium gives you more Nattou a run. Fortress is one thing. Fortress does have more mobs if you want to farm both the event and that, but PT gives you like twice as many Nattous as Fortress. from what I remember. And we're not done yet. Like in the words of Phil Swift, like, and we're not done yet. There's more. Or is that Billy Mays? Anyway, they're like both the same to me. Fortress is easy. Okay, sure. Do what you can. Absolutely. That's fine. That's fine. That's fair. Yeah, I tried to do that with Miyamoto. That shit was ass. I'm not gonna lie. That was hard. So what do I need to put in here? Like 999. Sure. That's 999 Daruma points. Short. Cool. So Nattou is like the god of Daruma points right now. So I can sell like 110, 112 maybe. 112. There we go. Azura shreds it. Cool. It's cool to see Azura doing anything. Cool. So now I'm maxed out on Daruma points this week. Daruma points will reset tomorrow night into Sunday. So that's going to happen. So here's the next thing. So Oro, that means you have a bunch of Nattou in storage, right? Like every person should have 999 Nattou on them and 999 Nattou in storage, because that will help you, you know, secure your max Daruma points for like the months to come. Which is true. You should be doing that. I probably don't have any Nattou in here at all, actually, which is a shame. So there's a reason they're not there. Because you guys may have noticed, Nattou and eggs are sellable. They can go in the bazaar. Which means if I go look through my bazaar, I have a stack of, well, it's not a full stack, but I have 9,073 Nattou in there. And here's the beauty of it. This is going to be your secondary storage. Like, if you want to undergo this project to get these new ornamentations or Daruma points and all this stuff, this is literally what all my friends are doing. This is what all us guys at this upper level of Oni are doing. Like, this is what we're up to, is we're farming a shit ton of Nattou. And I'm behind on that. I've been playing the hell out of Shadowverse. They just got a new update. My friend has literally been like living here, and we've been playing Shadowverse for like the past 3 days and having a blast. So I'm behind on this too. So like basically the bazaar has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's 20. I can't really like tab up. This is annoying because it keeps clicking on the other thing. But you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at the blue light spear. Oh my god, what? 9, 10. Oh my god, it's painful. And 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think it's 20. I think I can put more things in there, but I'm just sure. 17, 18, 19, 20. Right, so you can put 20 things in. That was just to confirm. I was never sure. So you have 20 extra storage slots, basically, if you use your bazaar to house your Nattou. And let's do some quick maths on that. I have not maxed out the item Nyankoropan yet. No, that's why I don't have it. My Nattou saved up. But once you get that done, because it's good to get that done for the lunar leaves, now we can roll up our calculator. And let's say, for example, we had 99999 times 20, which I could just do by making it 18, probably 19 something, and then add a 0. Right. So you could save up, theoretically, in your bazaar alone, 200, basically 20 Nattou short of 200,000 Nattou. You could technically farm up that much and store it. And then you have your inventory and you have a slot in your storage. So let's add another, so let's say 99999 times 22. You can technically have 200 and 19,000 Nattou saved up. Which then, if we multiply that by Kaioken times 10, we get 2.19 million Daruma points. Completely free to play. You might have to restore a little bit, but literally, if you took full advantage of the Yogg event right now for the remainder of the next 2 weeks, and you farmed you don't do islands, you just do Yogg, you'll get all your drops for this new event. Literally do this and put all of it in your bazaar because, you know, you just do it. And then eventually after the event ends, you will be able to like just trade in like a stack basically one stack will last you a month, basically. But anyway, once you're done fulfilling that requirement, you'll be able to use your bazaar again regularly. But this is a huge, huge investment that you want to do for 2.2 million Daruma points that you will be able to fully exchange every single week to save up for these new ornamentations that will make you strong ASF. So, strong AF. I never even looked at the number. That 2 million is quite staggering. And it's like the best time to take advantage of that. Like, it's literally golden. Some might argue, well, I can just go farm Alluring Caverns and max out Daruma points every week or whatever. Yes, you can do that, but sometimes we like to play other games or we get life happens and you just want to have that repertoire of Daruma points. And that's not also to say that what if another event comes out with an exchange shop item that you end up getting a shit ton of because you finish the exchange shop and you have more drops. Like, basically, you'll have enough Daruma points for a year to max out every week. Like, if you do that, you'll have it for a guarantee at least 10 months. At least 10 months of full Daruma points. And every month, you just have to hit 20,000 Daruma points and you'll be, you know, buying your balls that you need for the ornamentations every month. And that's to say you could also start buying the cooldown ones as well. And then the alternative to that is basically you spend $20 a month on getting your ornamentation balls, or I think it's, if you just wanted this one ornamentation, I think it's like $20 to get them, because the ornamentation balls cost 100,000 and you can buy 4 a month, so you need 400,000 Daruma points a month, which is what you get a month if you cap out every week. So still, it's a super, super, super good investment. Farm your Nattous, store them up. So the gold ornamentation isn't out yet. It's on PC right now. Right. So the ornamentation, for those that missed it, is like a super version of Surrounding Water. What it does is you get a guaranteed 5 out of 5 chances. You're going to get 5 things. You're getting 1 to 5% attack. You're getting 1 to 5%. Yeah, 1 to 5% attack percent. I have to say it like that, or else I won't get my point across, which is huge. 1 to 5 dexterity, 1 to 5 critical, and then 2 of any element in the game, not factoring slice, impact, or pierce. So you have a chance of getting 10 fire, 10 wind, 10 fire, 10 ice, 10 lightning, 10 dark, 10 holy, 10 rain, 10 ice, 10 mountain, 10 flight, 10 poison. It's super, 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 super good. And that's phenomenal. 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 Fantastic. So that's worth saving up for. Absolutely. And then when this update drops, you can also roll the 10 discount rolls, or the 5 discount rolls if you want, the 20 rolls, and try to get some of the mags and break them down. You could try to do that as well. And that'll let you ornament stuff. And what I do recommend ornamenting are your universal mags, like Lychee, Redux, Senryu, and then maybe some things like horse mags, things that you know that you use. Like if those options aren't on the table for you, things with double element that you use that are universal are very good investments for it. Things like horse mags, things like frozen hell mags, things like Frozen Hell is actually a really good option. Because we do Maze on that already. But if you got like extra ice or holy, that'd be nice. But you want the attack percent. The attack percent is just so huge. There's the new Crystal Mag, but that's only ice. That one's debatable. You kind of need like hard ice on that. You can't really. You need ice and cooldown. It's not really what you'd want on the Crystal Mag. And even the Cursec Mags, I mean, if you can get extra poison, I'm not sure how the Cursec Mags look. Give me a minute to look at those, actually. I don't remember what they do. I remember they were decent. Like, the mags were decent at best. Like, they were not, like, whatever mags. They're not, like, Abyss mags. Cursec mags are interesting. I think I can sort by name, and they're called Cursec something. Cursec Pupa. The Puta mag. So, Cursec mag has the same base skill force as a Redux, 140, I think. Maybe they're 150. And then if your HP is over 95%, like basically high HP, you get 6 skill force, you get 20% skill force, and another 15% skill force, and another 10% skill force, and another 10, and so on, so on, so on. You get cooldown. So you have cooldown, you have skill force, you have a shit ton of skill force, a shit ton of cooldown. There's so many effects here, I can't even read it. Then you have poison element or more, you get a poison damage multiplier, 150 poison, which basically means you have to wear 3 Poopa mags. Then they give you negative crit, negative fire, negative lightning, but they give you poison and wind. So yes, they are a double element mag, so you do get poison wind, which is nice. They do give you extra SP. They are negative SP, extra HP, which is really good. And they do shut off your HP, your SP recovery. So you have to medi yourself with them on, which is fine. But if you get all that extra attack percent, then, you know, you're getting a huge ass medi out of it, which is nice. But it's an option. Like, this is definitely not your first option, but it's something to consider. Definitely something to consider. Dragon Art Mag, same thing. But it was just something on my mind. And then you have mod mags, I guess. I mean, mods are okay. You kind of want to get element on them, not really attack percent. Excuse me. Soul Mag, you need cooldown on it. It's not really the place for it. Avengers would be interesting. Avengers you just do for crit. You do get a lot of crit from it, but I think this ornamentation might be better than Avengers on monsters. Because now while Avengers on monsters can give you like anywhere from 8 to 12 crit, these ornamentations could give you attack percent and crit, which is just nutty putty, and it's just super, super, super good. So that is a good comparison to make. Cut mags would be a good example as well, but they're just dark. I think maybe a knowledge might just work better in this case. But yeah, basically your multiple element mags are things that are universal, things you always wear, and then things with at least 2 elements on them. Like Frozen Hell, like if you have an extra Frozen Hell from beating Mikami a bunch or whatever, it's probably a good target for it, because if you can land Ice and Holy on it, that'd be pretty nice. Even if you landed like Fire Mountain, it would lower your negatives, but these are 25 cooldown mags with 40 crit force and a lot of skill force, and then if you get attack percent on it and maybe some extra Ice and Holy, you're laughing all the way to the DPS bank. So I recommend that. And then there's the Lychee. Lychee's a universal mag. You can put whatever ornamentations you want on it. Basically, you're just doing the level 2 level. It's 10 chakra. This thing would come out as a 16 chakra, 4th mag. And if you had like, you know, 4 to 5, anywhere from 3 to 5% attack on each roll, that'd be great. And then if you manage to land like your elements landing on lightning and mountain, like if that happened every time, like perfect world, you got like 10 lightning, 10 mountain, 10 lightning, 10 mountain, 10 lightning, 10 mountain. You know, you'd be walking away with an extra, you know, 45 lightning and 45 mountain and a shit ton of attack percent on top of your infinity, on top of your, you know, getting crit as well. Like, delicious, 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 delicious. And on mags that do have 3 ornamentation slots, like the Chocolate and Lychee and the Senryu, you don't have to go full balls deep attack percent. If you wanted to run it with like 2 rolls for attack percent, like let's say you don't want to spend all your balls re-rolling 3 different ornamentations, maybe you just want to do 2, you could do 2 that roll up really good, and then a third ornamentation for Faded to try and get, like, you know, attack percent, SP percent, and crit. If you can get a roll like that perfect as a final, like the cherry on top, that would be a nice middle ground to make sure that you have your HP percent and your SP percent on top of all this extra attack and extra critical, which is nice because you're going to get HP, element, attack, crit. Like it could go crazy. It could go super awesome. Like it's a very, very top tier thing. Like there's so much flexibility with it. 2 chakra, it's awesome. So I really, 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 really recommend that everyone who watches this tries to have some inventory of Nattou saved up or Daruma points saved up, whatever. And at the same point, like if you don't want to spend all your energy, you've already run Yogg, you don't want to farm up on Nattus, that's fine. Let's say you want to do Alluring Caverns for Daruma points, it's still super good to do. Basically, you run Alluring Cavern, you pick up every drop in the dungeon, and then you just sell the weapons, whatever. And then you pick up all the mags, you break down all the mags, you get a shit ton of stones. If you don't need the stones, you trade the stones in for points. Rinse and repeat. You do that for like an hour or 2 a day, and you're maxed out on Daruma points for the week. There's still Mongoku mags. You can make and break those. If you don't need the stones, you can get a shit ton of Daruma points. Natto's isn't the only way to do that, but it's a very, very nice way to save up and have a nice repertoire of Daruma points, so you don't have to feel like you need to farm them every week. It's just nice. It's nice to take advantage of it. Cool. I need to identify a weapon. Because if I forget about my daily achievements, I'll be really upset with myself. Cool. Let me go talk to Baroku. Oh, thank you. So like, I owe you my life, Moroku. So yeah, I really, 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 really wanted to drill that in. I need to run a dungeon. Okay. So let's go talk to the event. Is this the event over here? So this is our good friend Armin and Lucifer. Hi, Lucifer. Sometimes that happens, yeah. Sometimes your daily complete rolls over, especially if you were playing before login. Sometimes that happens, and then you just do them again, and nothing happens. What's up, Aurelia? Kaguya set up this great event to promote the Oni Love minigame. It's really fun, right, Yukari? Oh, of course. Oni Love is a minigame in which you get to date all sorts of cute girls. Mephistopheles, Beelzebub, and many other eligible bachelorettes are waiting for you. Just plop it down in your room and you can play whenever you'd like. Just gather Oni Loveheart and bring them here. We also have posters of various characters, so maybe you can try to collect them all. Great job, Yukari. That's my girl. So they say talk to Yukari, and this is why you can't find Yukari, because Yukari is Aramin's nickname that they gave her in the story in her inception. So instead of calling her Aramin, she's called Yukari. And Aramin's her monster name. Yukari is the name that Kaguya and friends gave her. But in-game, she will appear as Aramin because that's her name. Which is, honestly, kudos to Cyberstep for knowing their own lore. But at the same time, it's confusing for people that don't know the lore. So that's her name, Yukari. You're going through the stream and Sugamo is so good in the dungeon? There's a dungeon? Sugamo is good in a lot of dungeons, but thanks, man. Sugamo is awesome. Oh, the event dungeon. Yeah. She's quite the cheeky Nando. She's really, really good. Like, Sugamo, if not for what's her name? Scythe Girl, because I can't remember her name. If it wasn't for her, Sugamo's the best Ice Vanguard in the game, and she's Ice and Lightning and Pierce, which is really, really, really good for the maze ornamentation, if you know what I mean. Good job, Yukari. That's my girl. Alright, Aurelia. Get out there and grab those Oni Love Hearts. Bring them to me when you're ready. Okay, cool. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so now we talk to Armin. Wow, you found so many. I literally have none, but thank you for your optimism. Wait, we can get the minigame for free? My room decoration. Select this furniture to play the... Really? It's free? Wow! Everyone should do this. Get the free game for your room. And then, you know, if you already like your room, get it on an alt. Sure, that'd be fun. So we have posters for all the characters. And these were actually seen in some files before, but here they are. So we have the Mephistopheles assist character poster. She kind of looks to me like a Neptunia character. She looks so much like a Neptunia character, but that's Mephistopheles as a lolly anime assist character. I give her a 6 out of 10 for design. Then we have Chief Daruma. That's the same lines. They reused that from the last exchange shop. That is Chief Daruma as an anime girl. And there's the little tiny Daruma with them. So I'm kind of upset that she's not smoking a big pipe, because everyone knows anime girls that just smoke that pipe like Ningguang are really, really cool and mysterious characters. Anyway, she has a big, soft, cushiony pillow that you can use. Then we have Tiamat. Oh my god. So there's Tiamat, all purple and cool, and has hydras coming out of their back, like Maple in the Good Defense anime. She has the biggest titties out of all of them, I think, and she looks really cool and aggressive and nice and adventurous. That's Tiamat, the first boss in the game. You can get her poster. Then we have Beelzebub, who is 10 out of 10, S-tier design, would roll for if presented. Look how beautiful that is. She's got the Beelzebub super staff. She's got big titties. She's got cool bug butterfly wings, cool green and black dress, beautiful blonde locks, a tiara, a cheeky shit-eating grin smile. Like, she's gonna ara you like you won't even believe it, because she wants eggs. You see how many eggs are in them dungeon? She likes to reproduce. That's right. That's Kursak's mommy right there. Cool. Then we have Odin. Odin as an assist character, or as a whatever. So Odin is literally orgasming. They're all blushing and like, oh. Anyway, they got cool armor and a cape and basically everything they have normally. To be honest, this could have been Lancelot or Arthur, King Arthur, but they said no, that's Odin. Anyway, that's Odin. Then we have Nyarlathotep, which is another 10 out of 10 if this was an assist character would roll. Absolutely. She's, again, blonde, buxom, has this really nice outfit with the flower petal dress, the sleeveless, strapless top with a big flower on her head and vines and stuff. And you know what she's going to do with those vines. You already know. And she's got the hippage. 10 out of 10 would roll for Armin. Absolutely great design. Then we have O Tengu, which is not to be confused with Great Tengu. And that's Tengu. You have the Tengu mask. It's very, very, very much lolly. Has the same Tengu pants, same Tengu outfit that we all get. I think has wings and has silver hair and a little ponytail thing on the side. And the Tengu mask. That is Tengu. And you can get these all for your room for free, which is cool. Normally you have to get a Vanguard and level them to 100. Then we have Jirogumo, who is a character that I don't know how many times I've told Cyberstep in streams, or just screamed to the ether, that they should, you know, do more with Boob Spider. And there she is. It's Boob Spider as an assist character. She actually sits on a giant spider, like a Arachnira from Monster Musume. And, yeah, that's the Boob Spider thing. I give it an 8 out of 10, because I don't like spiders, but I like boobs, so one of those weighs over the other. And then we have Dragon Arc poster, which is funny that they just called it Dragon Arc, which goes to show that they're not going to do all of them. Like, they're not going to do one for Tensho, Aosame, and Gakuho. They're just going to have the Dragon Arc, which is the same one from the anime, and that is Aosame. And because it's Aosame, which is the best one, I would probably get at least one copy of her, because she looks really cool. And she might be, if she becomes an assist character, she would probably buff water and lightning. And having a water assist character, I don't think we have one, would be very, very, very nice. I give her design a 9 out of 10. Because she's a water dragon. So what else is in this exchange shop? We have Prayer Crystal, Soul Egg, Mega Potion, and high potion. So the exchange shop is not game breaking, but you should play it. You should get these soul eggs. You should get this other stuff. Do I think some of them will be vanguards? That's a good question. So they probably could. Like, a lot of these could be assist characters. Like, that's kind of what they're made for. They probably could make them vanguards if they wanted to. Would Mephistopheles be a vanguard? I don't think so. Chief Daruma? No. Tiamat? Maybe. Tiamat could be a vanguard. They could, like, up her design and change, like, upgrade her art a little bit. But I could see Tiamat selling as a vanguard, because Tiamat looks like they're poison in this. Like, they're hydras. The Tiamat heads that come out of them look a lot like poison hydras, like in the anime with Maple and the MMO. And then they also have, in One Piece, you have Magellan, who has the Hydra attack, and he's poison. And it seems they're drawing on inspiration from these, like, liquidy Tiamats coming out of her that look like poison. She could be a poison vanguard. They could do that, like a poison fire vanguard. It's up to them. Beelzebub could also be like a poison vanguard. She would be fun as a vanguard. We don't have many staff vanguards. I figured she could do a bunch of poison magic and wind magic and stuff. I'd kind of like her as an assist, but I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to have like an actual wand, like magic character as a vanguard. Odin, I could see Odin as an actual vanguard. But if Odin were to be an assist character, if they would make Odin buff, like at the same time, give Odin a pierce, slice, and impact buff, the physical element. If they made an assist character that buffed physical element, it would be Odin, because while we know that Odin does sometimes summon fire volcanoes, Vizsla Odin does that, and he has that big holy light beam, most of his attacks are just teleporting and slicing. If they did make Odin an assist character, I would like to see them do like either slice or all the physical elements. I think that'd be awesome. It'd be really cool to see that get buffed. Nyarlathotep, like they all feel like assist characters, but I think Nyarlathotep could pull off a vanguard. Like, characters have to be flashy enough they'd be cool. Again, like if she was a vanguard, like they could do it. They could do it so easily. All they got to do is like shoot cannon. Like if she just summoned like plants that would shoot big cannons of light, and those are all her attacks. Like literally, like we use Honda to use a big cannon, and we use Honda to stab a lot. That's all Honda really, really does, and have some gun attacks, but we use the shit out of her. If the damage is there, and she just shows up with a big sweeping holy light laser and holy light attacks coming from the sky, and they hit like 10 to 15 times, and it's like, if she was like a holy dark vanguard with the whole Nyarlathotep vibe, that'd be poggers. That'd be cool. I think they should do that. As long as she just has sweeping lasers and summons tentacles to beat the shit out of things, it would be so fun. So fun. So fun. And if she was an assist character that gave you holy and dark as buffs, that would actually be good, because a lot of times when you're using holy, you're negative on dark. And when you're dark, you're negative on holy. So it would kind of give you this damage mitigation. And if you're just using reduxes, you could get dark and holy from it and just fucking go to town. And it'd be really fun. Otengu would be an assist character for like wind. Jirogumo could be a poison pierce kind of assist character, because that's Jirogumo just spits poison and webs at you, and she could probably do, if there was an assist character, let's say for example we had an assist, like they could really capitalize on the assists by giving them a shit ton of HP so they don't die, like Lucifer and Aoi and Kiritan. If they made like a Jirogumo assist and her whole job was to, one, buff the player, but if she actually had skills that shot out spider webs and poison, if she would shoot out spider webs that actually slow down the enemy and minimalize movement, that's god tier. And then if she had abilities that would poison them and actually do like 1,000,000 damage per tick just on poison, that'd be insane. Like, even if it was like 0.5% of damage, like that would just be amazing. Such really, really good support. If they made an assist character like that that was actually support, that could invig you, give you cuddles, HP, attack, element, whatever, and do assist stuff, people would spend for that. That'd be wild. Like, giving them actual utility to do things would be amazing. And then Dragon Arc, I always wanted to have a little Dragon Arc mount, but I think Dragon Arc could pull off... you could probably have a Dragon Arc Vanguard. Dragon Arc would actually be the best Vanguard. But it would have to be like Daitenryu or the Eclipse Dragon from the Moon, basically. And how I could see it is you'd have Dragon Arc, just as the name. Their name is Dragon Arc. Or they give it a really, really cool name. But basically, they could make them like KG. Straight up, this could be a KG-esque Vanguard because you have Dragon Arc. And then based on which weapon... It's right, you're right. So based on which weapon you're holding, you would switch elements. So you'd have base Dragon Arc that is like fire, water, and wind, right? Because that's like Gakuho, Aosame, and Tenryu. So fire, water, wind, and all the attacks are fire, water, wind. They all have a damage multiplier on them. So basically like KG. That would actually be too much like KG, so we're not going to go fire, water, wind. That would just be, that'd be a little ridiculous. So let's go the opposite elements. So we're going to go Holy, Thunder, and either Mountain or Wind. And let's go with Wind. Okay? Holy, Lightning, Wind, or... No, maybe not Holy. Let's go Holy. Holy Water is done too much. But there's support for Holy Water. Is there support for Holy Water? Fuck, I'm trying to think here. But anyway, she would have 3 of the elements that the Dragon Arcs have. And then would be on an all-weapon version of them, which is just like Dragon Arc. Or whatever is that basic Sabi-Same thing or whatever. Sabi-Same Dragon Arc. It's just the basic one. And then you change weapons, and basically the weapon switches... into, like, the first weapon would be like a Tenryu. So it would be a fire holy weapon. And then the second weapon would be a water lightning weapon. And the third weapon would be a wind mountain weapon. But if they want to be super, super cool about it, they make the basic weapon dark. Just like a Daitenryu. And her color changes, and she has, like, purple hair. And she's just Daitenryu. Your first weapon is Daitenryu. Or maybe it's your fourth, I don't know. But if they did it like KG, like maybe you start on Aosame because she looks like Aosame. You get the next scroll, she changes color, her hair turns red, she looks like Tenryu. And then you change weapon, her hair turns green, she looks like Gakuho. And then if you get the 5th scroll, you get the 4th weapon, she gets purple hair, and she turns into Daitenryu, and she just has 2 dark multipliers. And it's all the same skills on the weapons, like it's basically... Mega Force, huge dash attack where they run you over, and then like summon 50 fish to fuck somebody up. I don't know. Like it would be like a big tornado, and then it would be their big unique attack because they all have Tenryu Wave, but then they all have like Tenryu summons volcanoes, Aosame summons lightning from the sky, and Gakuho makes the big earthquake from the ground. And if you had a weapon like those are each of the Oogis. And then for basic skills, you have like super dash forward attack because they all have that. Then you'd have like big AoE, like just shoot like whatever element in front of you in like a sweep. Like what else does the boss have? And then like summon crystals that do extra damage. Yes, that'd be so cool. Just summon crystals that will do extra shit, like summoning mobs. That'd be really fun. They can only have 2 out at a time. Sort of like Sugumo's cannon. So you'd summon crystals as like one of the skills, and they just do their own shit. Like one of them will shoot lightning, one of them will shoot wind, one of them will shoot fire. They do their little explosions and shit. Like that'd be really, really fun. Like if you could just place crystals at where the boss is going to be, and then they just keep pumping out DPS while you do other shit, that's really, really fun, and it's a mechanic that hasn't been tried in Oni. So that'd be really, really cool. So that'd be how this would be the Vanguard. Red, this is the best question ever because you're making me think about it, and they could do this so good. So basically, and then she would have a mount form where she turns into a miniature version of the Dragon Arc, and you get to run around, and you get the full heal, you get the full SP, and they have attacks, and they have Oogis and whatever, it takes stamina. You know how KG works. And that'd be so cool, actually. That'd be so cool. And she's supposed to have a scythe. That's her weapon in her hands. So I think she has a scythe. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so if they make Dragon Arc Vanguard Cyrus, if you're listening, take notes. Do exactly that. You will make thousands of dollars because we know the roll rates of this. But literally make them a Mount KG, changes elements. Each weapon is basically a Dragon Arc weapon. And then just go from there. That'd be wild. Great question. That's awesome. I appreciate it. My mouth is dry. Okay. Take my wallet. Exactly. 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 Like, it'd be just so good. And all you gotta do is change palette. Like, that would be, oh, man. Like, if you know, if you could mod the game, you just do that. Like, yes. It'd be so good. Because, like, they made Shiro, but Shiro was done wrong. But, like, if they did that, yes, take my buddy. Exactly, like, oh, like, it would just be so good, and you could use her for so many different things. Like, yes, it'd be so good. And because I said it, she has basically revolutions. Her weapons are just revolutions. That's what she holds. That's it. You just get revolutions. Like, you'd be able to see, like, the day 10 Ryu revolutions. You'd be able to see it. Oh, yes. It would just be all the elements. And it would be this awesome. That's a 2023 Vanguard right there. 2024 Vanguard. Okay, so, like I said, we're going to go to the islands. And we're going to go, if we don't crash, we're going to go farm some drops so people can see how we get these drops. Ginza Edo. How do you get to islands? Oh, Tanegashima. Oh, I didn't have to leave Onigashima. That's right. It shows how much I don't go to islands. But if you have islands unlocked, you can just go to islands and farm them for these drops, I guess. I don't think they're affected by drop boost. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's worth it. It's very, very, very much a mini update. The main crux of this was to talk about the new ornamentation and the Theorycraft Ausame as a Vanguard. Hopefully that gets it in everybody's heads, and it's like what we want, and we get it. Okay. I don't remember her being here. So, a lot of people run Banjiro Island. I like Wananashi. Wananashi is just my favorite one. Oh my god, it has that song. This is the Secluded Forest music. I love it. Oh. Okay, so we get Love Heart. Pretty chill. I got like 5 or 6 in the first room. First attack, really. So you're getting your friendships. Cool. Is there a limit how many you can hit? I've never really done this with a Honda before. April Fool? Oh, it's April Fools! Oh my god! Yeah, Body Party would be really good. True. So this falls into the April Fool's event. So I guess there's achievements tied to getting these hearts. Okay, so in one run of that, no body party, no boost, nothing. Just vanilla. We walk away with 53 Oni love hearts in like a minute, 2 minutes, whatever. Right on. So you want to look at the achievements? Let's go look at them. I didn't even know there was any. April Fool's 1. Get 10 of them. You get two energy 10s. You get 2 soul eggs, and you get repair fairy. Oh yeah, it's April Fool's Day tomorrow. Right on. There's more April Fools down here. There's 13 achievements. The highest one is 1,000. So you have to get 1,000 of these items. So basically 20 runs of this, I think. Yeah. So you get 2 prayer crystals, 1 full energy restore, durability 50% or 50 durability ticket, 3 weapon grade powders, 2 gacha tickets, all boost. 1 all boost is good. Some cudgels, 2 mag powder, goated event, 1 max durability 300, and then 2 SP tickets. So that's really good. That's super good, actually. That's awesome. Awesome possum. Are they just here for today? I didn't check how long we have to do it, because sometimes April Fool's is like just for the day. Okay, we have until the 4th. So you have until... When is the 4th? I keep seeing that date all the time. I really do. And, like, a lot of games are all updating on the 4th. So Tuesday. You have until Tuesday. You have all weekend to do it, which is good. Which is very good. Oh, why was that lit? Whatever. Account. What's this? PlayStation Plus rewards are in. So if you have PlayStation Plus, you get 3 energy restores, 3 prayer crystals, 3 soul eggs, and 2 all boosts. I'll receive that right now. Cool. Thank you. PlayStation Plus. There's my 10 OC because I did my daily challenge. I get all my extra stuff. Fantastic. It's always good to have events like that. That's just fun. That's nice. I wish I had one of those a month. Just like go beat shit up and get stuff. Like that's nice. Lady Legolas. Never seen them before. They look pretty cool. They got a nice color scheme going for them. Black and gold. So the other one people like is Banjiro. So we'll do a quick run of that. So the other one we got 53. If we don't DC, we'll run it. What other weapons do I have equipped? Ooh. Oh, I just have the Gakka who's all equipped. Huh, funny. You know, this might crash me, and I'm down for it. I'm down for that, actually. So if I get them all here and I use Havihar, what happens? Jesus Christ. That was on PS5. Man, that was rough. That was crazy. Yeah, this one does give you way more mobs, Banjiro. I always like Wananashi because you get scrap on the first room. So I always recommend telling people to do that so they get it for their runs. But well, I defeated my 300 monsters this month. God damn. That was pretty nutty, actually. Like Nutty Putty. And then when you get to this room, you don't have to kill the boss. Can Punishment Armor kill them? Oh, sweet. I'm not seeing any hearts at all. Did these guys respawn? It might not come from respawning enemies. Oh no, it does. Never mind. Okay. Like, if you wanted to min-max this, you could. It doesn't take energy, so there's no real reason to not do it. Again, these will drop when you farm Yogg, so there's no real pressure. How much damage do you do? Nothing. Cool. That was pretty cool. So that gave us achievement 4. So how many did that give us, actually? Discard that. Oh, select multiple. That's the new thing they added. Apparently there's a glitch with it, so try not to use it for a bit. Apparently it's all just visual, but they're going to try and fix it in the coming days. So basically, what it should do is it should let me select 1, 2, 3, and discard them all, instead of just click one, discard, click one, discard. It's good that they're doing quality of life things, but now it's... Oh, that's actually nice. You can't just double click discard anymore, because it doesn't highlight the next item. So you can't accidentally discard shit anymore when you're just mashing. Which is nice, but, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, we got 70, almost 80 hearts from Banjiro, so that's really good. Don't know how many we need for the exchange shop. I didn't really check. 80 per mask and 80 per thing per portrait, and then 80 per portrait and 150 for the game. So 3 runs gets you the game, and then every other 80 gets you a portrait. Then you have your soul eggs and stuff at the end. It's really, really like good. It's not hard to do. So that's good. Let me do another Banjiro here. I keep forgetting which weapon it is to farm with Honda. I don't have enough cooldown to do this, but you can just spam Fallen Star. It will target 5 things. I wish carrots could be turned into Ruma points. That's not the whole run, is it? Oh, okay. Wow, he died really weird. What's that mag? Cockatoo. I'll take it. Yeah, so if you don't play around with all the Darumas, you can get that done in like under 2 minutes. About. And then just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's not bad. So what was that one? 100? 100, okay. So I don't have 150 yet, which I want to get so I can go look at that game. If I don't crash by the time I get there. What should you get from the exchange shop first? You should get the first... You should get the game, and then you should get the posters. Like, it will literally take you, like, less than an hour to get everything. There's no real need to prioritize it, but you should get the game for your room because it's free. That's my advice. Oh, it's not strong enough to kill them all. Or at least my armor. Oh, what about the Yogg shop? Yogg shop, you get your knowledges, you get your other side weapons. That's pretty much it. You get your Yoggs, you get your other sides, then you get your Cielo recipe. You get everything, really. But you get your knowledges. You get your all weapons, you get your knowledges. Make sure you buy the egg every day. Yeah. Like, there's pretty much nothing you don't want in Yogg. Like, weapon skins are optional if you don't want to give up one of your weapons, but you get your Cielo recipe, you get your knowledges, you get your masteries, you get all of it. It doesn't take that long to max out the shop, neither. Like, you just get it all. Skill cards are kind of like optional if you don't want them, but there's really no reason to not get everything. Everything in that exchange shop is amazing. And then your Nattoos, you spin it on the other thing, and you get all the stuff in there because they're all amazing drops that are all necessary. Yogg's one of those things you don't really pick and choose. You just get your Nattoos, go to the treasured chest, and your other stuff go to that. Once that's all done, you just save up all your Nattoos and put them in your bazaar, and that's what you do. Okay, so that should give us 151. I got a Genma mag, cool. Containing teapot, a lot of those. 200, okay, cool. So we're gonna go back to Onigashima. And we gotta go... Can we go to Onigashima? Yes, we can. Cool. So we're gonna go to Onigashima. We're gonna buy that game. I am getting so hungry. Oh my god. So we talk to Yukari, and we go grab the Oni Love minigame. Cool. So now we can put that in our room. So how does that work? Oh, it's a My Room item. It doesn't show up at all. Okay, so here's the next thing we gotta look at. Point exchange. Item. Name. Oh, there's no recent. Okay. Let me see. Oh, wait, what? Huh? That's weird. Are they considered... What item are they? What are these things called that we just farmed? I'm trying to find out if you can trade them in for Daruma points or not. I don't know what category they fall under. I know they're not mags, but what are they called? I don't remember. Because they have a different symbol. Like, they're not, their symbol's not like anything else in the game. This is gonna take so long. Oni love her. Oh, okay, Oni. Okay, so if we sort by name, then we go to O. Okay, we're right close. M. Oh, that's the actual Nattou. Oh, that's the Oni Love minigame. Okay. So, Oni Love Hearts cannot be turned into Daruma points. I was wondering if they were, but it seems they cannot. So that's that. I was like, oh, we could have doubled up on more Daruma points. I was really hoping for that. What do they sell for? Oh, we crashed. I don't know what they sell for, but they're not used for Daruma points, so that's that. So I crashed. That's gonna do it for this stream, guys. I hope you guys have some good luck for Biyog, getting ready for your Nattus and those ornamentations. And if you do get those ornamentations, I hope they roll amazing when the time comes. I think next week or the week after. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I'll see y'all later. Good luck in all you do. Thanks for liking the video, subscribing, commenting, showing up, being real, playing Onigiri, and being you. Everything that should be good. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend. Spring's right around the corner. Take advantage. Go for a walk. Enjoy yourself. And, take care of yourselves.